Hey everyone, how you doing today? In this video, I want to go over how to use inLinks to actually build content to make backlinks with. As you guys know, or if you're new to the channel, I like to multi-purpose tools, right? So if I'm going to pay for inLinks or Quora or Screaming Frog or whatever, and all of those tools output reports, and I want to find out how do I turn the 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes of work that it takes to actually use the tool into as much value for me and my clients as I can. And one of the ways that I do that is I look at how are those reports, can I turn those reports into a backlinking opportunity or a web page to build backlinks on. And in doing that, it actually just increases the value. So let's say inLinks here, I'm paying now for the upgraded plan, $79 a month, I think it is. And the system is all credit based. So I ran into this in the video yesterday where the credit system here was messing me up. So the way it works is one page is a credit every month. So if you buy like in this case, I had the 205 pages plan. If I put 205 pages in there, I won't have any credits to do the content analysis stuff. You get charged one credit every month to have it in there. Now, so I upgraded. But if you think about it, it's one credit every month to have it in there, and then you do the analysis and stuff like that. You're putting a whole lot of money into this thing, and in this case, it's just to have it in there, which is, to me, there's value. There's perfectly enough value for the price of the tool, but why or how can I figure out some more value? So what I wanted to do is actually go over how to make some links out of this thing. So you go into projects, you can click on links if you want to, but really at the end of the day, you got to audit the tool. So you're going to spend a credit. So credit for having a page in there, and then 5 credits to audit it, because it's going through and doing the Google NLP API and all that stuff, right? So, but we look at, and you get this. And the reason it's 5 credits, Dixon explained to me, is it's every time you update, or every time you put this in there, it's going through and it's checking the top 10 competitors and is running it through the Google NLP API, and then it's coming back and giving you all your data. So, so there's a credit score thing, right? But how do we turn it into something even more valuable? Because obviously writing the content, that's great. Having the editor is great. Topic chart, this is fancy. You can export this in a PDF or a CSV, or export the graph PNG and do some image stuff with that, right? So there's that. But what I really liked is this little button here, and we click public URL. Now, what you have is a system that will essentially, you can give this public URL to people, and it'll build the link. And I don't know, and I didn't even bother checking if this was indexable. And I'm going to go on a limb and say it's not, but let's check it anyway. Robots txt tester. Where is it? It's my favorite site for testing tools. These guys do a really good job. Test it, and it is indexable, so that's kind of cool. But what are you missing? There's no backlink to your web page. Let me see if this one, that shouldn't work. Nope, there's no backlinks. There is a SERP analysis, and that links out, so technically there's backlinks. But for the most part, there's no backlinks, right? So that sucks. So we want to get some backlinks out of it. And what you do is we will actually save this page. I'm going to do this. And then I always do it for the keyword. Regardless of the tool, I always change it for the keyword. So this will let us knock it out a little bit faster. So 170HL, web page, single file, HTML only, save. Okay, so we got that. And then we open it up, and you see it's all there. It's HTML files. Technically, I should be able to just download and update this, right? But there's some things. One, there's double backlinks, and two, I don't want to put this content in there, which it's not in there, which is good. Oh, I see what happened. So the topical chart is gone. That's okay. I don't need it. And then the editor's gone. I don't need that either. But this is what I'm looking for. All these related terms, etc. inside of the page. Is it relevancy? Kind of, sort of. But anyway, you get the point there. So what I'm going to do is edit this inside of Dreamweaver because I like Dreamweaver. And we're going to get rid of some stuff. So all that's there. All those are working. You see all these extra files and stuff. It's all kind of pulled in. So you're going to need to keep track of this when you're doing this because these files are called inside of here. So if the page won't open without them or it doesn't show properly without them, you got to be aware of that. Anyway, so we go in here and I want to delete this logo. Come here. I'm going to delete this logo. Let's cut. I want to delete these two lines here. It's updating at the same time, but I normally turn that off to get rid of that lag. All right. So that's fine. And then over here, I actually want to put my backlink into this. There you go. I'll do this. And then I'm just going to put a random backlink in here for now. We'll just pick this YouTube video that I found. And then I'll hit enter. So my backlink's in there. You notice it changes the color, but the backlink's in there, so that's all I really care about. The editor, as you remember, doesn't work anymore, and we didn't want it anyway. So whether it worked or not, I would actually delete this editor section. And there's that line, and line 1004 I can delete as well. So we'll delete 1004. And we'll delete the editor. And so now we got all of those that we're looking for, which is good. And let me do this, make it a little bit clearer, just to make sure it's not totally messed up. And I think we're good with it. I'm just going to hit save. And then I want to open this up again. And then boom, there you go. So now I got a backlink to my YouTube video under exact match anchors. I have a page with all this extra words and stuff. So if you're in the relevancy crowd, then that's awesome for you. Some of these things don't work anymore. We don't really care. We want to just see the words, right? So, and I'm totally fine with that. And that's because all those other files aren't there. On this page, if I wanted to be a real stickler, I can actually go in and take all of these out. But I really don't mind because most of these are my links anyway. They're Facebook's runs. When I started actually putting the show onto Facebook, at the same time. Mostly my own page ranks better than, or my Facebook stuff ranks better than my own site, which, it's neither here nor there for me. I could care less. Then you get all this relevant stuff, all these questions, and then you get the content structure that's in there. And remember the graph. That would have been cool if it stuck, but at the end of the day, I'm not too worried about it. And so, and it's all on here. It all links right to my thing, and it's a do follow link. Okay, so we got that all set up, and you can do this pretty much with any page or any tool that provides you a public HTML link. You can download that information and turn that into something that you can upload into your own. You can do it for your own sites if you wanted to. Let's say you're going to use Site Audit, and you want to do audits of content and stuff. You can put this in there and make this part of your analysis presentation. On a page, you can actually take this entire piece of content and the code all the way down from the body to body tags, and turn that into something that is actually useful. Let's show. I'm going to move this. No, I don't do it. I got the wrong one. I grabbed the wrong thingy. There you go. And I want to show the head. I just want to check the head. There's the head, viewpoints. I think there's some styling in there. Yeah. So we'd have to actually address the styling stuff and keep that. But you can put all that in your head and just combine these pages like with the Quora light report or whatever. But that's really a whole lot of unnecessary work. Just do the pages and then kind of interlink them. And you'll be good. You can make it like an interlinked silo on your PBNs that you're doing with these, or just some domains for data collection, or whatever. But this is a great backlink that you can actually power up. You have all these topics over here. There's all your anchor text. You can use all the questions for anchor text to this page. You can use the keywords list. It's not as extensive, but you can use that too. For your anchor text, and really narrow this down significantly so that you're sending a good amount of juice and a good amount of relevant anchor text to this page, which in turn makes it more valuable and a more valuable link to this page, which is really what you want to do when you're talking about where you're going to put your exact match anchors anyway. If I wasn't going to do all that and I wasn't going to worry about backlinking this and everything, I would probably change this to a term that's more related to the topic versus exact match. So in this case, primary keyword would be SEO this week, episode 187, right? But I'm not going to do any backlinks to this, or I'm not going to take a whole lot of due care when I do the anchor text and stuff. So I would change that target to this one. And it's related, but it's not the one I'm trying to rank for. And so that it'll kind of, at the end of the day, it'll just kind of help things out a little bit better and be a little bit safer. And you don't really have to get greedy like this. Like if I wanted to, I could probably put a footer in here and send this to product of my company or whatever. But that'll help if you're trying to do like multiple pages. So if this was Phoenix SEO and I wanted to rank SEO company, I put the SEO company stuff down here on the bottom and kind of trigger that off. And that's kind of, just thinking about things like that in that way will help you get more for your money. And I'm all about getting more for my money. So I used to do this with Page Optimizer Pro, the Excel reports, and put those into spreadsheets and then index those as part of a Google stack. Surfer, I still have to tinker around with a little bit more. I know they have a public URL, but it's only the content, I believe. And if it's only the content editor, that's not any use to me because, as you see, I delete the content. I do this with Quora. Quora, the original Quora has an HTML output. You can do it with that. Quora Lite has it, etc. And I'll do videos on how to do those and get some more link building relevancy, as it were, to your stuff. And also, just one closing final note: you don't have to put these onto PBNs. You put them on your actual money sites, and use these as your silo pages. And it's entirely relevant if just keep in mind if you're using like a WordPress installation. WordPress, the way it works, it's hard to mix WordPress and HTML. I'm sure there's a better way to do it than what I was doing. So that's why I chose the PBN route. But if you're smart enough, you can figure out how to create subdirectories so that when you open it up, it ignores the WordPress stuff and allows you to open up just this page. Then you're going to be on the better. You could also try it with the subdomains, but I'm not a big subdomain guy because it's a whole new website and all that stuff, where I can keep the authority flowing around inside of my actual through a directory. But I'll figure that out. And once I do, I'll do a video on that too, just kind of show what I learned. And you can actually use these tools to build your silos. Credits based, obviously. If you have more credits, you can make bigger silos. But really, at the end of the day, you do this with. If you think about it, you have one keyword. Let's say local business schema. Do 5 silo pages in inLinks with this method. Do 5 in Cora Lite. Do 5 in Cora. There's 15 pages for your silo right there. They're all done, and your tools built them for you. So, and there's other tools that build this stuff. So, I'm looking forward to actually kind of teaching how to build a nice structure out silo without doing a whole lot of work and using the tools you already had. So this will be the first of many videos on that topic. And I hope you appreciate it. If you like the channel, please don't forget to hit subscribe, hit the bell, notification bell, give a thumbs up, leave some comments, or if you have any other ideas on link building, in particular for this video with the inLinks public page, shoot me a comment and we'll test it out and see how it works for you. Thanks.